It's time now for the Grangers Gridiron Show on WELR Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now live to host Jag Mormon and head coach of the LaGrange Grangers, Diallo Burks.
Welcome to the Granger Gridiron Show. I'm Jack Mormon. I'm joined by Coach Diallo Burks. And Coach, I got a dessert there. Stay away from it. That's mine. I don't want you to get I don't want to mess you up in what you're doing right.
Looking good.
Yeah, but don't tell my wife I'm eating that. Nobody out there in Radio Land, I'll let them know that I'm trying this dessert tonight. But welcome, Coach. It's a kind of a weird thing. We don't have a ball game to talk about, but you did have a chance this past week to rest some guys, get some guys nursed back up, and get ready to jump right in. I think it came at a great spot to jump into region play as we look ahead to Friday night.
We have a ball game to talk about. Our JV played last Thursday versus Central, and it was a great showing. They put on a great showing.
Did they come to us or we go down to them?
No, we went to them.
Okay.
We went to them, and we had a lot of guys play. We had 50 guys that traveled out of 68, so that left 18 guys that were non-JV football players. So they just tell you what we've been playing with for the past couple of weeks. But those guys really showed, what they was about. They, were playing against guys their size, that looked like them. But just the attitude and the energy level that they brought to the game was second to none.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now who's handling your JV program for you?
We have all our assistant coaches are doing it. The coordinators, me and Marvin Kendricks and Coach Floyd, we usually just sit up in the stands and just witness what's going on.
Okay.
But the rest of the assistant coaches, we want to put them in position to, actually manage a game. Some of them are wanting to, obtain head coach's role, coordinator role. So we want to put those guys in that situation so that they can just add to the resume.
So game plan and also make the game time decisions as it's going on.
Everything. They are in total control. Coach Jay McCurdy is our head JV coach, and during halftime, he just kind of looked at me. I came down on the field, and he was like, "Coach, I don't see how you do it." There was a lot going on.
Sure.
He's like, I don't understand who to fuss at sometimes. When the penalty, is it the coach or is it the player? I say, usually I just pick one. So usually I just pick one.
Find somebody to crawl.
Yeah, the first one in the line of fire is the one that's getting it. But it's it really says a lot to those guys as the job that they're doing on both sides. Because like I say, the players, they're usually going against the ones, all week on scout teams and things like that. So it's their chance to really just let loose.
Right.
Some of them also see that some positions are on the line. So, we tell them, say, hey, you fight for your position every day. And we tell them, once those lights come on, hey, show us what you got.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys, really took advantage of the opportunity.
Well, any chance you get to do something special on the field of play, not just at a practice, but actually during a ball game, that intensifies everything, and it really gives the coaches a chance to see really what's going on.
Right. Like I said, nothing is like game speed. You can't simulate that in practice. But we try to up the tempo and, create situations that would be of game-like tempo. But you can't substitute the game for the game.
It's also so nice to hit somebody that you don't go to school with sometimes.
Oh, yes. Like I said, man, just to see how they ran around defensively, just the attitude that they played with, that they blitzed with, that they tackled with. That was LaGrange High School football, what we witnessed.
I like it. That's exciting. So we did have a ball game to talk about. I didn't even know. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Coach Mike Pauly. He's the AD over at LaGrange High. Talk about a lot that's going on with the football team and also some of the other fall sports. But right now you're listening to the Granger Gridiron Show right here on Eagle Sports.
When a football team ends up with 12 men on the field, it means somebody forgot to double check. And when you end up paying more for your insurance than you need, it could also mean somebody forgot to double check. That's why State Farm will do a free discount double check by going through your policies to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Because those discounts mean big league savings. It pays to double check. Call your State Farm agent, Matt Orr, on the square in downtown LaGrange.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet. Bring personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank. Same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Introducing the most valuable provider, your nationally ranked WellStar West Center, ranked a top 100 large community hospital by Truven Health Analytics, named a top 100 great community hospital by Becker's Hospital Review, rated top 100 in medical excellence and patient safety by CareChecks. WellStar West Georgia Medical Center, award-winning healthcare right here in LaGrange. To learn more, visit wellstar.org/WGMC. We believe in life well lived.
Welcome back to the Granger Gridiron Show. I'm Jack Borman. I'm joined by Coach Deala Burks, and we're going to add to the fun with Coach Mike Pauley. He is the AD over at LaGrange High School. And Coach, appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to move your mic up just a little bit.
Do what we got to do. Thank you very much.
There we go. Now we got him. Coach, we were just talking about the JV getting to go down there. Coach said something that really kind of tickled my ears. 18 guys stayed back. That's 18 guys that are just pure varsity. And you take 50 to go play in your JV team. That shows you that we got a lot of young guys that are part of this Granger football team.
Yeah, we're really excited about what's going on with the young guys and the training. And look, and our young coaches are giving a lot of energy to those young guys. And Coach Burks and those Marvin and Coach Floyd, they've really, really worked hard to get everybody in kind of on the same page. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to seeing those guys play the whole year.
Well, something I think that LaGrange High is doing a real neat job of is that even the guys at the middle school are starting to talk about what I'm going to be able to do at the next level. The band, Farrell's going down there and getting kids to play in the band. My son Jackie's already talking about playing JV soccer, and even at the football level, these guys are they already got the white and the blue on, but they're getting excited about being a part of that Granger team.
Well, that's what we look forward to. Last spring, we took it upon ourselves to go over there and actually coach spring football. And Coach Woodard allowed us to come in because we had a new system, implement our system down there, spend time with our players, let them see how we coordinate things on the practice field, from how we move, everything, so that once they get to us, it's no shock.
Well, also, you don't spend all your time as a ninth grade team trying to learn a system. That language is already there, and you're able to move forward in that way.
I think one of the exciting things, too, that I'm hearing Coach talk about, and I've watched it not only from Coach Burks, but also from our softball coach, Gabby Heath, our men's and women's soccer coaches, is they're building relationships with the kids.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And, so we're learning systems, but we're also building relationships with family and friends, and that carries a lot of weight.
It is amazing. As we're kind of old guys up here, but we kind of reflect back. Those memories of our high school athletics are still just incredibly powerful. I mean, to just have vivid images of not just necessarily times on the field, but the times hanging out in the locker room, times before practice, after practice, and crazy things that happen during practice. Those are the stories that we sit around and we tell 30 years later.
Oh, yeah. Even when you think of, like, Coach made me run around the trash can 25 times. I thought it was just stupid, at that time. But now it's like it's all funny and get out. But you learn valuable lessons that's going to take you a long ways in life through the game of football. And that's what we want to teach the guys.
Well, we could talk about a lot of those crazy stories. But as you said that, I remember us going into the state wrestling tournament my freshman year in 1984. 1980, and one of the football coaches helped Clark Rich, and he made us do 7 suicides on the basketball court the day before the state match. And we're thinking, this guy's crazy. But we went in and we were just hungry the next day to succeed.
Well, and again, that's some of the powerful things that we take away, and we're instilling those memories in those guys. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, lots more still to talk about as we're live from Mare Soul for the Granger Gridiron Show on Eagle Sports.
Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is the place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. Don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange or in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. So drop by Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, Georgia. We have your flu shot ready. So come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
Hi, friends. Just like to hear with Key of LaGrange. Our game plan is set, and our 16 model Kia's got to go to make room for the 17 models that are arriving daily. This means extra savings for you for all our 16 models. Right now, you can take home a 16 Kia Optima LX for as low as $19,900. With prices like this, they won't last long. Hurry to 1217 Lafayette Parkway and let our Star Savings team help you get in the Kia of your dreams. Check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Price plus tax, tag, and title. Stock number 19112.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service. Bravo! It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service. Some might call that old school. Then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Welcome back. Coach Paulie's trying to help me out. Said these are Matt Mummy's leftovers that I'm eating, but in fact, it's mine. Well, mine and Jackie's. Jackie and I were sharing the dessert.
There you go.
But my wife Sarah has arrived here at Marisol, and we were just talking. She just got back from the volleyball game where they won in 3 straight sets against Beulah over in Alabama. And Coach Paulie, one of the cool things that's going on. Everybody talk, football, of course, is king. Let's just be honest. It is. It's what we talk about as football season has rolled around from high school to college. Friday nights are high school, Saturday nights are college, and then Sunday you got the pros. So it's football, wall to wall. But there's also lots of other things going on at LaGrange High School.
Well, we have lots of things going on, and Jackie's daughter, Caitlin Mormon, is one of our seniors on our volleyball team, and Leah Barris and Barreras and one other young lady, and I wish I could remember her name, and she's awesome. And Coach Newton's the leading that program, and they're working hard, and I know you're real proud of her. She's a great leader on that program, and she's really talented, and it's fun to watch her play. But we also had our girls softball teams playing tonight, and they have 5 games this week. And
wow.
They finish on Saturday with a doubleheader with Cartersville here. So they're working all week, and then you've got our cross-country teams that are running. They're doing really well, led by Katie Trent and Dr. Brett Bowie. And then you have our cheerleading teams, and spirit cheerleading, but also competition cheerleading, of which Coach Burks' daughter is a senior. And
again,
just crazy?
he and I are both kind of freaking out about that right now.
Kennedy Burks and crew, and they've just got a bunch of great kids that are cheering, and those coaches, Stephanie Hall and Jessica Mayfield and Mary Beth Scott and Lindsay Tenney, those guys are doing a great job.
Coach, something you said there, you talked about all the different games going. 5 games in the course of a week. I know the 3 different volleyball tournaments that Caitlin will be playing this week.
Right.
Everybody's still busy. Talk about for just a moment the power of the student athlete, what athletics adds, and how they have to really take everything to the next level for both their academics and their athletics.
Well, I know that Diallo probably want to jump in and say some things too, because his daughter's at that stage, and I've had 2 older ones already that are on at Auburn now that were student athletes at LaGrange High and did a really good job. I think what sticks out to me is it's a driving force that allows the kids to be involved in something that's really special. It forces them to have to negotiate their time and really figure out what's important. And we talk about ownership at LaGrange High School a lot, and owning it. And I think that athletics forces you to make a decision on what you value.
Wow, that's a great point.
And we talk about these things, and we talk about the relationships that it builds, and really the quality of life. What do you want out of life? And these are some of the things that we get into as we coach kids.
Coach, of course, at the football standpoint, they've got to do that just as well. They've got to be able to manage their time, and a lot of times that prepares them even on down the line for what they're going to be doing. Yeah,
it's definitely time management. I just explained to our guys, coming off week, to just get away and enjoy it because they don't get that luxury, sometimes. Also, just being a part of, not just football but all other sports, you're going to miss some key things that you want to be a part of. So when you dedicate yourself as a student athlete, that is your job, student and athlete. So you have to mend both worlds together to be successful.
We're going to talk more about that when we come back. Let's take another break. You're listening to the Granger Gridiron Show right here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Hi, friends. Just like to hear with Kia of LaGrange. Set in our 16 model Kia's gotta go to make room for the 17 models that are arriving daily. This means extra savings for you for all our 16 models. Right now, you can take home a 16 Kia Optima LX for as low as $19,900. With prices like this, they won't last long. Hurry to 1217 Lafayette Parkway and let our Star Savings team help you get in the Kia of your dreams. Check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com.
Price plus tax, tag, and title. Stock number 19112.
Welcome back to the Granger Gridiron Show live here from Marisol. Come out here, folks, if you haven't had a chance to during the week. They have an incredible menu. Everything is always quality. Everything's always fresh. I invite you to be a part of the folks here at Marisol. Our thanks again for them letting us have our shows here. We're with Coach Giella Burks, the head coach at LaGrange High, and also the AD, Coach Mike Paulian. We were just talking, guys, in the break and in the previous segment about the student athlete, and it is about marrying those two things together, putting it together. But, our kids today have so many different pressures put upon them. It's not just school. It's not just athletics. But I also think, Coach Pauly, about the percentage. I wonder what the percentage of kids are at LaGrange High that are participating in some kind of athletics. I'm sure between competition, cheerleading, and that's just fall. We haven't even started talking about what's going on in the winter between wrestling and basketball, moving into the spring with baseball and track and stuff. There's a whole lot of kids out there that are involved in your programs.
Well, if you think about just participation in extracurricular and because athletics is just part of that. You've got the band, which our band has 130 members. Our football program has, with the freshman kids, 120 members, 120 plus. So you start adding up just the teams, the amount of participation, and then like today, the kids leaving today. We had our academic bowl kids were leaving to go on it's fantastic. And we do a great job at our school, and I'm sure the other county schools are doing a great job as well, of getting kids involved, providing opportunities that are real learning opportunities that goes beyond the classroom. And that's really what's special.
Well, think about, too, when you're a ninth grader, you're walking into this enormous campus. It can be overwhelming as you're walking in. As a father, I've walked in, fixing to be my fourth time with a freshman child. Right. But it is a large campus. There's so much going on. There's so many kids. But when you're already connected to a group of people, when you walk in that door, like Jackie will have, he loves theater and that sort of thing, but he'll also have that soccer team, guys that he's played with, he's seen, he's known all his life, and also that generation ahead of him that'll be 10th graders, 11th graders that he'll know. He'll have a connection walking into school that a lot of other kids don't because they're not involved.
Well, you're talking about finding your way. One thing that we've done this year, Mr. White and our administrative staff, is we created a ninth grade academy, which we, separate them and, just allow them to kind of just get into the flow of things. But when you're talking about adding in sports teams or anything extracurricular where you already know, like seniors and things like that. Right. So now when you walk in school, you're not the lonesome body, just walking around.
Well, I was thinking about that moment when you're a freshman and a senior says hey to you. Wow, man, I've made it. A senior recognizes it and at least acknowledges I exist.
Or you could do what happened to me my freshman year, and I walked up trying to impress the guys, and I said something to one of the senior girls, and she looked right at me, and she goes, "Do I know you?"
Lynn was like that. She was pretty tough on you.
DJ had he was in conversation with one of the cheerleaders, and he's at the school every day, all day. So it's like he Mr. LHS right now. But it was funny because she said, the first day when you hit the campus, you're still a freshman. Don't talk to me. And I was like, yes, give it to him.
Got to pay our dues.
Got to pay your dues.
Jack, I want to point out one thing, that the 3 men at this table right here, we're all products of the Troup County school system. And every one of us are raising our families in this school system. We're very proud. And I think one of the things that you talk about is the legacy that people have left before us, the legacy that we intend to leave, and what we're trying to teach our children at the schools that we all work at and the sports. And I think that part of that student-athlete is making those connections, and it's so special. So
I think you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to, another special connection we're going to talk about. That's this coming up game Friday night. We'll talk about it when we come right back. We're listening to the Granger Gridiron Show right here on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. Just like to hear with Kia of LaGrange. Our game plan is set, and our 16-model Kia's got to go to make room for the 17 models that are arriving daily. This means extra savings for you for all our 16 models. Right now, you can take home a 16 Kia option $19,900. Places like this, they won't last long. Hurry to 1217 Lafayette Parkway and let our Star Savings team help you get in the Kia of your dreams. Check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Price plus tax, tag, and title. Stock number 19112. Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is the place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange or in Hamilton. And if high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. So drop by Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, Georgia. We have your flu shot ready. So come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
Welcome back to the Granger Gridiron Show. Our last break here with Coach Gianna Burks. And, Coach, this is a game week. As we have a big game coming, we'll be traveling down to Carrollton, to Carroll County, and taking on Central of Carroll. I have to make sure I get that right. I was in the booth a few years ago when we were doing the ball game down there, and I said Central of Carrollton, and they almost threw me out. Because Carrollton High and Central of Carroll are very, very different.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to going down there. Central, of course, coming up from AA into Quad A. They've been a tough program for years. They've been right at the top level of AA. Coming in, struggling a little bit in Quad A this year, kind of finding their way. But they're going to be really looking forward to really going after this LaGrange team. But the great thing is, in the region, everybody's 0-0.
Well, yeah, we get a fresh start. We told our guys that on last week. That was a good thing about having a off week, that we didn't have a game going into region play. We was able to just sit back and relax a little bit. But you look at Central, like you said, powerhouse and AA. Coach Zachary have done a great job with those guys the past couple of years. They graduated, I want to say 23 seniors.
They were senior-laden team.
It was a lot of seniors, So I definitely understand where Coach is right now over there with those young guys. We saw them play this past Friday versus Hurd, and they look like a young team. But what I did also see is that they have some guys on there that if we're not focused on what we're doing, that they could really hurt us.
Coach, we've been able to nurse some injuries, and we got some guys that should be coming back and joining us this week as well.
Yes, we had some guys get cleared today. We had some new faces that was out there. The cleats were new. Some guys got a kick out of that. Like, who's the guy in the new shoes? But that's good. We had LaPerion Perry that we've been missing also. That was able to come back today and practice non-contact. So at least he's on the field.
Right. And that means a lot to him too, to be out there, be a part of the team.
Oh yeah, he never stopped. He never stopped. You would see him on Friday nights, you would think he's a coach, and that was the part of the game that he needed to really grow in because he's so gifted athletically. But he was able to sit back and watch the game, see how we coached the game, see how we thought about the game, so that now once he gets back, he's just going to insert himself and just go with, what we got. But we're really pushing the guys that, he's not on the field, that, hey, we still got to go. We
It's
still
amazing.
have to go and give your best.
You know, Coach, you were talking about that and having a young man see that decision-making process, because there are so many decisions, split-second decisions that take place during the whole ball game. And you mentioned about having to be coordinated between your coaches, because while you're the head coach, you've got to trust your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator to get the right guys in place, call the right schemes, and make things happen. Everything kind of flows through you, but you've got to be able to trust those guys.
You know, I'm a guy that's a coach where I've always been taught as a player to do your job, not to do other people's jobs. As a head coach, I've learned how to be a manager and not step over and do other people's job. You know, I hired those guys for a reason,
right?
Not to just be there and be a face, but, you know, I really trust our offense and defensive coordinators. I think they're wonderful young coaches that could potentially turn into, you know, great head coaches one day. They say that they don't want it once they see what I'm going through.
Yeah,
but, you know, it's just a testament of what they do and who they are. They definitely hold me down, keep me together. They tell me, Coach, you know, we think that we need to do it this way, or what you think about that way. You know, I'm accountable to those guys. I have somebody that I can be accountable to. You know, they come in my office and sit down and say, Coach, you know, we don't think that was the right way, but they say it in the right way.
Right.
That I'm able to receive it. And then our coaching staff, Coach Bubba Scott that I played with, my teammate, who's coming back, his heart is for the program. Coach McCurdy, Coach Honeyman, who came all the way from Montana.
Wow.
All the way from Montana. He's real good friends with Coach Kendricks. Coach Ward that I have seen as a little toddler running around. We was able to get him. So we have a connection on the staff, you know, with guys. We just have to learn each other, and that's going to come with time. And once we're able to implement, you know, our mindset into the guys, that's when you'll really see us take off.
I'm excited about it. Y'all will be traveling down to Carrollton, to Carroll County, to take on Central. That game will start at 7:30. They'll have that game on one of our sister stations at 7 o'clock. So we're looking forward to that big trip. And y'all coming away with a win to start off the region schedule.
Start off the region, baby, 1-0. That's what we're looking for.
I'm looking forward to that as well. We thank you for joining us. This has been the Grangers Gridiron Show live from Marisol. We've had a great time tonight. Our thanks to Coach Pauly for joining us. Our thanks to the guys here at Marisol who have made all the incredible technology happen. But we'll see you next week on the radio.
Grangers Gridiron Show on WEL.